Hello, hoops and betting fans. As the festive season rolls in, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each of you. Your enthusiasm for basketball and trust in my NBA betting predictions have made this year truly special at Tips and Strams. Thank you for your likes, comments, and shares. They have been the gifts that kept on giving, motivating me to deliver top-notch basketball betting content. Wishing you a Merry Christmas filled with joy, and may your bets be as successful as a buzzer-beater shot. Cheers to a season of wins and wonders. The first today's prediction is for the matchup between Milwaukee Bucks and New York Knicks. Get ready for a high-flying holiday hoop showdown as the Milwaukee Bucks and the New York Knicks gear up for a slam dunk face-off at the legendary Madison Square Garden. This game's setup is nothing short of a hardwood ballet, with both squads bringing their top-tier skills and some eye-popping stats to the paint. Spearheading the Bucks' charge is the unstoppable Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's been tearing up the scoreboard, boasting an impressive 124.6 points per game, a close second in the league. Their three-point rain is just as fierce, netting 38.3% and snagging the third spot. On enemy turf, the Bucks are a juggernaut, racking up 122.8 points on average, but their defense is leaving some gaps, allowing about 118.8 points. Still, with a streak of 7 victories, including a dominant 131-11 win over the Knicks, they're a force not to be underestimated. The Knicks aren't just spectators, averaging a solid 114.6 points per game. Their defense is a brick wall, ranking 9th by only letting through 112.0 points per game. Their rebound hustle is strong, grabbing 45.6 boards per game, putting them 6th in the NBA. Their three-point game is consistent, with a 37.8% success rate. However, their recent game has been a bit unpredictable, splitting wins and losses evenly in their last 10 matchups. Injury report: the Bucks are without Jay Crowder, out with a groin injury. The Knicks are missing Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims, both out with ankle injuries, and Daquan Jeffries is a maybe, down with an illness. These missing players could tilt the game's outcome. The odds lean towards a Bucks victory. Antetokounmpo's scoring magic is expected to give them an edge over the Knicks. But the Knicks, with their solid defense and the advantage of their home court, could keep the game close and beat the spread. The line's set at a sky-high 242, a tough number to hit in any matchup. The Knicks, known for their slower game, only average 100.3 possessions per game, ranking them 27th in the league. This pace slows even more in their home games, averaging just 99.3 possessions. Historically, the face-offs between these two in New York have been on the lower scoring side. In their last 10 games at Madison Square Garden, neither team has beaten this points line. This trend, combined with the Knicks' methodical pace, hints at a game that might not be as explosive in scoring as the line suggests. In summary, the Bucks, with their offensive firepower, are up against a Knicks team skilled at controlling the game's pace and limiting scoring chances on their home court. This, along with the Knicks' need to showcase a solid defensive game to counter the Bucks' offense, suggests a game with a total score under 242. My bet: the Milwaukee Bucks and New York Knicks will keep it under 242. The next prediction is for the match between Golden State Warriors and Denver Nuggets. In the much-anticipated Christmas Day face-off, the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets are set to ignite the court. This matchup is like a basketball symphony, with each team featuring an MVP maestro, Steph Curry, conducting the Warriors and Nikola Jokic orchestrating for the Nuggets. Golden State, with a record of 15-14, is the 10th seed in the Western Conference. They're lighting up the scoreboard, averaging 117.2 points per game, which ranks them 9th in the league. They're also dominating the glass with 47.7 rebounds per game and dishing out assists at an impressive clip of 28.2 per game, placing them 6th. However, their defense is a bit off-key, allowing a 115.8 points per game, which is 20th in the league. The Denver Nuggets, sitting at a comfortable 21-10, are second in the Western Conference. They play a harmonious game, scoring an average of 115. 0 points per game, 14th in the league, grabbing 44.7 rebounds per game, and excelling in teamwork with 29.5 assists per game, the second best in the league. Their defense is a fortress, conceding just 110.0 points per game, ranking them 4th in the league. The Warriors are without Draymond Green and Gary Payton, and Andrew Wiggins might be on the bench. In contrast, the Nuggets are coming in at full strength. In their last 10 head-to-heads, it's a split with each team winning and covering the spread 5 times. In Denver, the Nuggets have a slight edge, winning 4 of the last 6 and covering the spread 3 times. Notably, the Nuggets have claimed victory in their last 4 home games against the Warriors. Looking at this showdown, the Warriors boast a high-octane offense and top-tier rebounding, but their defensive lapses might be their Achilles heel. The Nuggets, with their robust defense and slick passing, are a formidable opponent. In the past 5 games, the Nuggets have scored an average of 120.7 points per 100 possessions and allowed 112.1, while the Warriors have tallied 124.1 points and conceded 116.1 per 100 possessions. The Nuggets have been shooting at 49.2%, and the Warriors are slightly ahead with 50.3%. My bet is leaning towards a Nuggets victory, but giving the Warriors a 7-point advantage seems excessive. Both teams have the firepower to tilt the game. The Warriors' offense and rebounding are their trump cards, but the Nuggets' solid defense and fluid passing game could turn the tables. Given their impressive field goal percentages and faster game pace lately, I'm expecting a high-scoring affair. My wager, the total points for the Golden State Warriors and Denver Nuggets to exceed 233.5. The next prediction is for the match between Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers. The Boston Celtics are tearing up the Eastern Conference, boasting an impressive 22-6 record thanks to their explosive offense. Jason Tatum is a crucial cog in their machine, racking up an impressive 26.9 points, grabbing 8.5 boards, and dishing out 4.1 assists per game. The Celtics squad is a force to reckon with, averaging a whopping 119.9 points a night and locking down their turf, only allowing 109.7 points to their opponents. Their rebound game is strong, pulling down 47.1 rebounds per game, and their playmaking is top-notch with 25.5 assists per game. Meanwhile, the Los Angeles Lakers, sitting at 9th in the Western Conference with a 16-14 slate, flaunt their prowess through stars like Anthony Davis, who's dropping 24.4 points, snatching 12.4 rebounds, and swatting 2.5 blocks per game. LeBron James, a living legend, contributes with 25.7 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game. The Lakers are putting up an average of 114.0 points per game and have a defensive record of allowing 114.2 points per game. They're grabbing 44.1 rebounds per game and shining in assists with 27.2 per game. In shooting efficiency, the Celtics boast a 48.0% field goal rate, 11th in the league, and a solid 37.8% from downtown, tied for 8th. The Lakers edge them out slightly with a 48.6% field goal rate, 5th in the league, but trail in three-point shooting at 35.4%, ranking 22nd. Recent matchups give us a glimpse into both teams' form. The Celtics are riding high on a win streak, with standout wins against teams like the LA Clippers and the Sacramento Kings. On the flip side, the Lakers have had a roller coaster of wins and losses, including recent triumphs over teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking at their head-to-head history, the Celtics have dominated, winning and beating the spread 6 times in their last 10 encounters, and thrice in their last 5 games in Laker territory. Given these stats and recent forms, the Celtics, with their stronger offense and defense, plus superior rebounding stats, appear to have the upper hand over the Lakers. Yet, don't count out the Lakers, especially with the home court in their favor and their key players' knack for shining in high-stakes games. Wrapping up, this clash is shaping up to be a nail-biter. The Celtics might have the upper hand, but the Lakers have home court advantage, and LeBron James, who thrives under the spotlight, especially during Christmas. His recent performance in the in-season tournament in Las Vegas was a showstopper. My prediction, Boston might clinch it, but the margin, that's up in the air. Hence, my bet is on the total points. Expect Boston to set the tempo, and they're ranked 25th in that department, utilizing only 100.3 possessions per game. I'm banking on the total points staying under 235. The next prediction is for the match between Philadelphia 76ers and Miami Heat. As the NBA's Holiday Hoops extravaganza tips off at the Kaseya Center, the Philadelphia 76ers and Miami Heat are gearing up for an epic showdown on the court. The 76ers, flaunting a robust 28 record, are on fire, having nailed 8 of their last 9 games. This blazing run has been fueled by stars like Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey, who have been delivering jaw-dropping performances. Embiid, a towering presence, has been racking up an astonishing 35.1 points and 11.8 rebounds per game. His face-off with Miami's Bam Adebayo, who's notching 22 points and 9.6 rebounds on average, is set to be a thrilling duel in the paint. The Heat, sporting a commendable 17-12 record, have dazzled with their brilliance and tenacity. Their performance against the spread has been a mixed affair, with a 3-2 record in their last 5 games, showcasing their adaptability in varying situations, as seen in their 9-5 against the spread record in away games. The 76ers, meanwhile, have shown their strength in away games against the spread, with an 8-4 record, and their recent 4-1 spree, both outright and against the spread, in their last 5 games indicates they're hitting their stride at just the right moment. In terms of betting dynamics, both teams have exhibited patterns that could sway the game. The Heat's matches tend to be high-scoring, with 4 of their last 5 going over the total. The 76ers, on the other hand, have had a strong run covering the spread in recent games, particularly against Southeast Division rivals. Analyzing their current form and stats, the 76ers seem to have a slight advantage with their offensive prowess and defensive strength. However, the Miami Heat's knack for pulling through in clutch moments should never be overlooked. This matchup is shaping up to be a nail-biter, with scores likely soaring into the triple digits given both teams' track records. The Philadelphia 76ers are stepping onto the court without Joel Embiid and Nicholas Batum, while Jimmy Butler and Haywood Highsmith's participation for the Miami Heat is up in the air. Looking at their recent encounters, in the last 10 matchups, the Heat have triumphed and beaten the spread 6 times. In games played in Miami, the 76ers have only managed to win and cover the spread once in their last 5 visits. Wrapping up, while the Heat might seem to have an advantage due to Embiid's absence today, the 76ers have a plethora of scoring avenues, and Embiid's absence might not ease things for the Heat. Moreover, the Heat have struggled to cover the spread in 10 of their 14 home games, conceding a 50.4% shooting rate. Thus, the game could turn into a high-scoring thriller, with the outcome hanging in the balance. However, considering the recent forms and stats, I'm leaning towards the Philadelphia 76ers to narrowly defeat the Miami Heat in this intense contest. My bet is on the 76ers to overcome this modest plus 3-point margin and possibly clinch the win. The last prediction for today is for the matchup between Dallas Mavericks and Phoenix Suns. In a spectacular NBA Christmas Day face-off, the Dallas Mavericks are gearing up to take on the Phoenix Suns at the Footprint Center. Boasting a strong 17-12 record, the Mavericks are all set to challenge the evenly matched Suns, who have a balanced 14-14 standing. This game is shaping up to be a blockbuster, with the Mavericks' star player Luka Doncic and the Suns' dynamic duo of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in the limelight. The Mavericks, ranking 8th in offensive efficiency, have been banking on their sharpshooting skills, especially from beyond the arc, where they rank 2nd in attempts league-wide. While this approach can be hit or miss, it's mostly been a winning formula for them. However, their performance as underdogs has raised some eyebrows, emphasizing the need for them to step up their game in this high-stakes match against the Suns. Meanwhile, the Suns have found themselves in a bit of a rough patch as favorites this season, particularly when it comes to beating the odds. Their offensive game has been lacking, often struggling to hit the 110-point mark in recent outings. This challenge is intensified by Bradley Beal's absence, putting extra pressure on Durant and Booker to lead the charge. Ranked 16th in points per game and lagging in fast break points, the Suns are battling inefficiencies despite their star-studded lineup. Looking at the current team dynamics, the Mavericks, with their exceptional shooting skills and Doncic's brilliance, are well equipped to keep the game neck and neck. The Suns, even with the home court advantage, have displayed weaknesses, particularly in scoring and meeting spreads. The Mavericks' long-range shooting prowess, combined with the Suns' recent woes, tips the scales in favor of Dallas beating the spread. Expect the Mavericks to capitalize on their offensive strength and the Suns' recent form to either snatch a win or at least make it a nail-biter. The odds and team dynamics suggest that the underdog Mavericks have a solid shot at challenging the Suns. Dallas needs to keep up their impressive shooting and take advantage of the Suns' defensive gaps, especially from three-point land. For the Suns, finding their offensive groove and making the most of playing at home is critical. Injury-wise, the Mavericks are without Kyrie Irving, Maxi Kleber, and Josh Green, while Derek Lively's participation is uncertain. The Suns are missing Bradley Beal, Yusuf Nurkic, and Damian Lee. In their last 10 head-to-head matchups, Dallas has triumphed 6 times and beaten the spread 7 times. In their last 5 encounters in Phoenix, the Mavericks clinched 2 victories and surpassed the spread 3 times. In summary, while the Suns have the home advantage and star players, the Mavericks' current form and offensive tactics position them as a formidable opponent to beat the spread. Anticipate a high-scoring, closely contested showdown, with Dallas potentially proving to be the more dependable choice. My wager is on the Dallas Mavericks with a 5.5-point advantage, but I'm also betting on the total points exceeding 237.